What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy J Quillo Talk Live. It's a different type of vibe tonight. It's a vibe that I want to reach out, or at least try to help those who coming home from correction, which is county, state, fed. Most of y'all that come home, they let y'all home with nothing. No type of awareness, no type of honing. They let y'all home with nothing. So at the end of the day, they do have programs. They have programs for a lot of y'all that come home, but a lot of state prisons or a lot of county prisons might not offer it. But I say if you could sit in behind a cell for a month to 15 to 30 years, you got the opportunity to get home, go get your CDL license. They do have different states. Well, I don't know in every state, but they do have different state programs where you could get your CDL license and run the road and see those prisons from an outside of a tractor trailer. You can see everything you need to see in life. See, a lot of people won't tell you that, or they don't give you hope to where as though you can actually do something with your life when you come home from prison. See, me, I never been in prison, but I have family members that did a lot of time. Because when you come home from prison, the day you went in and the day you come home, you pretty much stuck in the past. You stuck in the future. You go in at the age of 18, you coming home at the age of 38, you 20 years stuck back in the past. So they don't really offer anything far as brothers and sisters that's coming home from prison. The only thing they offer y'all is don't come back. Like, who really want to hear that? But then if that's all you have left, then that's all you have to look forward to. But it's a whole lot more than that. They have a lot of programs in state and county prisons for, hey, what's going on? What's going on? They have a lot of, yeah, the unemployment situation is crazy. But the thing is, I got my CDL through unemployment. Years ago, the unemployment was offering it. They paid for the whole thing. So unemployment, I don't think unemployment doing that now. I don't know how they work with that now, but they do have different programs for those who coming home. And if you can obtain a driver's license and you come home, there's programs with different companies called apprentice programs. A lot of company does have apprentice programs for people like y'all that comes home from prison or incarceration. And they offer what they call an apprentice program, meaning that you will go onto the job and you will sign up as a truck driver. But at the same time, you will work the docks, you be loading and unloading trailers. But at the same time, they want to ask you to go ahead and get your CDL permit. You grab the book. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. If you're studying for the CDL test, go get the book and match the book up with the computer. Because what you studying online ain't what's going to be on that test. You may got a few questions, they mix it up, they stir the pot on that. But what you're going to do is go grab the CDL book, read the whole book from front to back, get a yellow marker, a highlighter, pink, whatever you choose to do, and you read that book carefully. The part you need to read is the general knowledge. You get through the general knowledge, everything else is self-explanatory. You'll get through everything else. So if you're looking for a job in a career and you just coming home from prison or you on your way home, go get your CDL license. In the state of Pennsylvania, they have what they call. Now I live in the state of Pennsylvania, so they have what they call. They started this. They have what they call correctional news front. You can download it on your phone. It's an app. It's called Correctional News Front. And what they do, they give out CDL simulations in the correctional facilities in the state of Pennsylvania. You have to. There's there's the minimum of 15 students in the class. You have to accumulate at least 330 hours. Now, once you accumulate that and you get your 330 hours, you will get your CDL permit while you in correctional facility. Now, I don't know about any other state. I'm from Jersey, but I live in Pennsylvania. I don't know how Jersey doing it. I don't know how any other state doing it, but I know the state of Pennsylvania do have programs in the correctional facility where it will help you get your CDL license. I'm telling you, to get your CDL license, you coming home from prison. If you can sit in prison 15 years or better, or even 5 years or better, you can sit your butt in the truck, put that earth in front of you and the miles behind you, and go out there and earn a great living, man. It'll keep you out of trouble. It'll keep you away from haters. It'll keep you away from going back and forth with family members. It definitely will keep you away from the streets, man. Because I know me driving trucks kept me out the streets, man. It took me out those streets because if it wasn't for, and I ain't gonna sit up here and lie, if it wasn't for me getting in the trucking at the time that I did, I'd probably be in and out of prison, strung out on drugs or anything, man. I'm telling you, the CDLs, me having my CDL license as a truck driver, it took me away from a lot of garbage, man. It pretty much saved my life and a lot of other people's life. I know a lot of cats came home from prison that I know personally that linked up with me and helped them get their CDL license, put them on with different jobs, and they still driving as of this day. So it will keep you out of trouble, man. It'll keep you it'll keep you away from a lot of negativity. When you're in that truck by yourself, all you got in that truck is to think for yourself. So when you in that truck driving and you doing 11 hours a day and you trying to cover 2,300 miles, you going from Jersey, 2,700 miles from Jersey out to Washington State, or from Jersey to Sacramento, California, or down to Colorado, you have a lot to think about. And I'm telling you, all that free time in your mind, it'll give you the peace of mind you're looking for. So I'd rather be sitting in the truck doing 1,000,000 than sitting in somebody's prison doing 100 hours, man. I can't do that, man. Doing 100 days in prison, I can't do that. What up, Nate the Great? Salute, brother. So if you can obtain your CDL license, either do the correctional facilities, because some correctional facilities, state prison, they do offer that. Like I said, I don't know about New York State. I don't know about Jersey. I don't know about no other state, but I know in the state of Pennsylvania, they do offer CDL license to the inmate, but they only take 15 at a time. So I don't really know the time. I just did more homework on this, but I don't really know the time schedule, how it works. But if you accumulate 330 hours, the time of your release from prison, they will hand you a license to you. So I don't know if you got to go take the picture, but they will help you get your CDL license while you're in prison. So I advise everybody who out there, you ain't got nothing to do, even if you're not in prison, even if you coming home from county, or even if you just sitting around the house and you ain't doing nothing with yourself and you have a driver's license, before you even go to the facility, before you even get caught up in those streets, get your license, man. Get your license, man. Because you know what they say about sometimes about black people, we'll start something, but we won't finish. Now, that's a myth, man. That's a myth, because if you really want something in life and you passionate about getting something or get somewhere in life, you'll make it happen for yourself. Stop trying to find excuses why you can't get what you get, because let me tell you something. When you need what you need in life, ain't no man gonna hold you back. There's no man gonna hold you back from getting what you need in life, man. Can't nobody hold you back. The only person that can hold you back is yourself. The only enemy you have in yourself is yourself. Because at the end of the day, you the only one gonna look in that mirror. Hey, what's going on, Paul? You the only one gonna look in that mirror, man. And you have to deal with what you see in that mirror. You can't worry about nobody else. So that's why I say, man, if you can get your CDL license, get them while you can, and get them now, because I don't know, 3 years from now, they might even snatch them away, man. They might even say, nah, we ain't even doing it no more. We already got enough truck drivers in America. So if you could get them now, get them, man. Believe me, it'll change your life, because it definitely did mine, man. Me driving the trucks and running the road, going on 30 years, putting 1,000,000 out there, it changed my life for the better. Because if it wasn't for trucking, I don't know where I'd be right now. I swear to God, I don't even know where I'd be right now. I know at that time going to adult, the streets can suck you up so fast. And then it's the brothers that you hang around with. I'm not going to say niggas, but most of the time it's the brothers that you hang around with that you think got your back and got you sit up in prison with them and turn the state, and before you know it, they're your co-defendant. So you don't need that in life, man. You don't need that. So they do have a lot of programs. Now, like I said, unemployment paid for my CDL. When I got my CDLs down there 30 years ago, unemployment had a program where as though you go inside, you fill out the paperwork. Long as you still getting a check from them and you're on unemployment, they're seeing to a program. And Newark, it was on Liberty Street. Then from Liberty Street, they send you to a school. From a school, you go training. So I don't know how they do it now because I know right now, I know the CDL is crazy right now. It is crazy. Are you looking for another job? Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm telling you, got to get your CDLs, man, because it will take you out these streets. It'll change your life around. It will change your life around. So don't let nobody else tell you, nah, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm telling you something, man. I've been doing this for a long time. I know what I'm talking about. Because ain't nothing in these streets, man. Ain't nothing in these streets, man. The only thing we got left is social media, and the social media is just driving people crazy, man. It's driving them crazy, man. That's why sometimes when I get up here, I post a live. I be so stuck in the truck sometimes, I got to keep pushing the line, pushing the line, pushing the line. I be wanting to talk, but most time I'm in the truck, you got the noise running. But after 30 something years, I tell you like this. I did 30 years, damn near 30, I had 29 and a half years in a truck. I already did 29 and a half years in truck, did 29 years of prison, man. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm not knocking nobody that's in jail, but I rather did all of that time on the road than putting all that time in somebody's prison, man. So if you can find an opportunity to get out of prison, the main thing is get prison out your mind. Your mind is in a state of prison. So if you were able to get the prison out your mind and clear your mind, you be able to move better, man, and hang around the people that want to see you do better. You know, that's like with this channel right here. I try to keep this channel more educated, more, more informative as far as, the beefing, the doxing. I'm not with all that, man. I'm not with all that. So on this channel, you ain't gonna hear nobody name. I'm not gonna be doing no name calling, name dropping. I'm not doing none of that. So anything you want to say about Jay Quill, you can say that. Stand on it. Because I stand on what I say. I stand on what I do. And if I could give you the shirt off my back, I'll give it to you. And that's my word. And I've been doing that. So at the end of the day, if I can bring something that can help move and mold you in life, I'm gonna do that for you. Because I always tell people, knowledge is for free. Wisdom is for free. So if I give that to you, if I give that to you, you got to take that and make it worth your while, man. Because most of the time, you could give a person money. Money ain't gonna help nobody. But if you give them some knowledge and some wisdom and help them put food on the, feed their kids and put food on the table and pay their bills, they would thank you more for that. Sitting up here donating the cash app, that don't really do nothing for nobody, man. That don't do nothing for nobody because all it does is make a person big headed, man. That's all it does, man. So me sitting up here with a job, I would never put cash app up there no more. As long as I got a job, and long as I got wisdom and got a heart, and I could bring something to y'all to help y'all, you would never see that up there, man. You would never see that. I won't even ask y'all to hit the like. You know why? Because if you like the video, you will hit it. If you don't, then it's cool with me. It's cool with me. As long as I get up here and talk to y'all, I'm good, man. I don't need 100 people in here. I don't need 50 people with wrenches in here. I don't need that. I don't need that. I probably got about no more than 5 or 6 wrenches out there. I don't need 50 people in here with wrenches and coming over here just for the beef. And no, we're not gonna do that over here, man. We're not doing that. Definitely gonna do that over here, man. So my job is to help whoever need the help, man. So at the end of the day, like I said, if you're trying to get your CDL license, go get the book. Read the book. I know a lot of people like read now because everybody want to be on the internet and have it do it for you. Nah, read the book because what you see on the internet, appreciate it. What you see on the internet, it's not happening. So you get the book, compare the book with what you see, then you compare it with what you see on the internet. Because if you don't, you're gonna take the test on the internet and go down the motor vehicle, you're gonna fail all the time. That test only to keep you to fail. But you gotta be able to start reading, pick up a book, man. We don't do that anymore. So when you go down and take the test, you say, oh man, this test hard, man. I can't do this, man. How am I supposed to I'm gonna get my CDL line? You gotta read, man. You gotta read. You gotta put the knowledge in your head. You can't have a computer talk to you like that. Doing this for a long time, man. I know help a lot of people. A lot of people in the hood get driver's license. I mean, dudes that I was beefing with, helped to get CDL license with. I mean, street stuff. We ain't talking about no internet. Dudes I done ran into some crazy wild stuff in the street. When they came home from jail, all of yo, man, yo, Jay, man, I heard you was driving trucks. Yo, can you help me get on? I didn't say no because I was beefing with them growing up. That was childish stuff. You got to grow to be men. You got to grow up to be men, man. At the end of the day, you was 15, 20 years running around. Now you up to 20, 40 years old. You still going to be carrying on like that? The same thing with the internet. You can't be 40 years old carrying on like that. You can't be 50 years old carrying on like you 12 years old. I'm not going to bring that energy to y'all. So whatever energy you bring to me, I'm not going to give it right back. Because you know what? I'm not going to give it legs. I always tell myself, do not give negativity legs. Because once you give it legs, then that leg's going to walk. It's going to walk around you. It's going to walk on you. It's going to stomp you down. So why even put that pressure on yourself? Don't give it legs, man. Do not give it legs. What you do give legs to, something that you passionate about, something that you want to do in life. I don't care if it's art, finger painting, clay, whatever. Sometimes grown people need to find a hobby, man. Find yourself a hobby, man. There's a lot of companies out there that does apprentice program. I'm gonna name a few, right? Now I want y'all to listen. You got R&L Carrier. They used to, I don't know if they still do it. They used to have an apprentice program. R&L, FedEx, JB Hunt, Swift. There's a lot more out there. It used to be Rollway. Now Rollway is Rollway, Yellow combined together. It used to be New Pen. I don't know if UPS does it, but you have a lot of big companies out there that do what they call an apprentice program. So they will put you on, but you're going to have to work that dock. Get your CDL permit, then they will give you lessons. So most of the time, a company will offer to pay for, or you have to go in the office and ask them, yo, do y'all do reimbursement of CDL? Because I got my CDL permit. A lot of companies will train you their way and help you get your license for free. Remember that. So if you're working for a company right now, like I told my son, go in the office and talk to him, and they'll put you on. He take his road test in December. Just as easy as that. So most of the time, you just got to be able to open your mouth because a closed mouth don't get fed. So if you in prison and you incarcerated, you listen to this, get up and go see your CO, go see whoever you got to see and tell them, I want to get my CDL license. Because I'd rather come home from prison driving a truck than come home sitting on the block talking about this the block I used to own, this the block I used to live on. Don't no black man own no block. Don't no Hispanic man own no block. You paying rent on those blocks. Same way you in prison. You in prison paying rent, sitting on those blocks. They charge what they paying you 50 cents a day just to go out there and do roadside work. Nah, man, why even do that? Why do that when you could come home and make 100 grand a year? Why do that when you come home and make 65 a year, 75 a year? Don't you know if you haul cars, car haulers as a company driver, a car hauler is making damn near 90,000 a year start. That's a car hauler, hauling cars. All you need to do all you need is go in there and open your mouth, man. Most of the time, if you don't have no experience, they will train you. As long as you go in there with good energy and good vibes, they will sit you down and they say, well, young blood, you don't have no experience, but what we can do, we can hook you up. We can hook you up with Hector, or we can hook you up with Tyrone or Larry. Then we have you train with them. But if you're willing to sit here and train for 6 to 9 weeks, then we'll put you in a truck. The best paying jobs right now, my opinion, is hauling cars, delivering food, and overweight material. The best thing that's paying right now, wide loads, they paying really good right now. And I know that sometimes your background might hold you up. But tell you this, be honest. If you just coming home from prison, and as long as you ain't got no crazy, outrageous charges, shout out to my people, man. They did Fed time and owning their own trucks. See what I'm saying? So you can apply yourself. A closed mouth don't get fed. So if you can get up and go in there and get my CDL, they will help you. So if you come home and you go apply for a job, be honest, man. That's all I'm asking y'all, to be honest. A friend of mine, I got him a job one day. He came in there, they hired him. But when they pulled his record, he wasn't honest. They would have kept him. But you have to be honest nowadays, man. All of that backstabbing and I ain't got to go tell on my past and this a sponge and that a sponge. It ain't happening, man. It ain't happening. So y'all can kill that. Y'all can kill that right there. So if you got a criminal background, just be honest, man. Be honest and let everybody know what's going on. I was locked up for this, but I'm a changed man. I've been away 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. I'm just trying to get on. Whatever I can do to hold it down. It's not about kissing ass or brown nosing. It's about just being honest and being straightforward. Because that's what holds a lot of people, especially as black people. It holds us up where as though we go get a job, we lying about our past. Most of the time, you can't tell everybody your past, but if you was incarcerated, at least let them know what you was incarcerated for. So you give them the opportunity, or you give them the way to say, okay, you know what? Since you was honest, give me a week to think about it. I'll give you a call. So if they give you a week to think about it, don't get upset. Don't get mad. I know he ain't gonna call. Elf this, elf that. This what it nah. Sometimes you have to stay positive. And I know it's hard to stay positive if you done came home for prison doing a lot of time. But if you made it out of prison to get back in the street, you still can make it, man. You still can make it. So go apply for your driver's license, get your CDL license, and hit that road, man. You will see a whole new world. I done seen some shit on that road that put tears in my eyes. I done seen something. I done seen so much on that road. I done seen going through Montana. It looked like God itself took a knife and carved out the mountains, and people was living on top of the mountain. It's deep. It's deep. Paul Morales, he'll tell you that Paul done seen a lot like I seen him. You out there on that road, it's something out there that would change your mind. It would change your state of mind, your way of being, your way of living. Being on that road will change you. It would change you for the better. It can get frustrated at sometimes where you go out there, you want to come back home overnight. But I'm gonna tell you, man, it's the way to go. Believe me, it's the way to go, man. It's the way to go. So if you could get out there and make it happen, man, and if you want to hit me behind the scenes, whatever, leave a comment and I got you, man. I'll let you know everything I know about trucking. I tell you where the best companies to go to, the best companies that's paying. Most of the time now they're offering $30 an hour, but they're gonna kick you back to about 25. But at the end of the day, you gotta let all of that go. Let the white man holding me down. Let that go, man. The streets are holding me down. Let that go. My kid mother is begging, is keep beating me in the head. You gotta let it go because I don't live off stress. That's one thing I don't do. I live day by day. I don't live off stress. I don't live off worrying about the world going to end tomorrow. I worry about what I'm going to do today to take me into tomorrow. That's what I worry about. And I think about that. Wake up every day, going to work, smile. I love what I do. I've been driving so long. I love what I do. I have a passion for what I do. I drive a truck like it's a car. I could back up and park anywhere. That's my livelihood. So if anybody tell you up on YouTube, a black man with a job is a sucker, don't believe that, man. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. Because if they could do what you do, they change places with you, man. I know an inmate right now would love to trade places with me so he could get dirty. He could be out there in the road like that. So don't let that change you, man. Get out there and apply yourself. That's all I'm asking. Apply yourself, man. And you would get anywhere you want to get in life, man. Just apply yourself, be positive, and the number one key to that is stay humble. Sometimes you have to humble yourself to get ahead in life. A lot of people don't know nothing about that, man. Sometimes you have to humble yourself. It ain't all about being gangster. It ain't all about being badass because the toughest man can get his chin checked. The toughest female can get a 10 check. So it's not even all about that, man. It's about living your life. When you turn 50 years old, you want to be able to look back and say, damn, I did it. I did it. You got to humble yourself, man. If you ain't trying to humble yourself, you stuck, man. You lost. And I see a lot of our young men are lost right now because you don't have a lot of older brothers or in their ear. And I already know COVID did this and COVID did that. But if you could reach out to some of these young cats, I mean, verbally reach out and sit them down and talk to them and put a book in their hand, man. Give them a CDL book. You got to give them something where they're going to feel good about themselves and make money. You can't make no money in them streets, man. Ain't nothing out there no more. The only thing out there is death in a wheelchair. And you lucky to get a wheelchair. That's all that's out there. Death, wheelchair, in prison. So who want that for themselves? If you want that for yourself, you ain't getting nowhere in life. I ain't worrying about the views. Is I know it's gonna touch somebody. As long as this video touch one person, then I did my job, man. Then I did my job. They touched one person. I done help. If I could count on all fours and my toes, I done help 20 people get their CDL license. I done put people in position where as though And to this day, they still making out pretty damn good. And every chance they get, they call me on the phone, yo, Quill, man, yo, Jay, man, I appreciate you a whole lot, brother. I appreciate you a whole lot. You're the reason why I'm here. You're the reason why my family doing good. You're the reason why I'm eating. So there's a lot of cats out there, man, that I get that phone call and they still doing what they got to do, man. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. That means more to me than anything, man. For a brother to come and tell me I changed his life 20 years ago, I could care less what you think on YouTube. I could care less about any of that, man. Nah, to change somebody's life for the better, and you can help them out, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man. So if you coming home from state correction facilities, get your CDL, obtain your driver's license, get your CDL license, and hit that road, man. Like I said, if you could do 20 years in prison, you could do 20 years in that truck. If you could count all the days, months, and hours you did in that damn prison, you could count all the miles you done did when you got on that road, man. Most of the time you get with a company, they give you a beautiful truck, you could live in that truck. Most of these trucks now are designed that you can actually live in these trucks and do a YouTube video, social media, whatever you choose to do in life, you can do it in that truck. Most of them trucks now, all of them, they come with TVs, microwaves, converters. They come with a nice size bed, double bunk, up and down. They do it all, man. Yeah, I know. 19 years for every young person. Yeah, they do need a trade, man. They do need a trade. I definitely agree with that, man. But most of the time, you want to come home where you could touch something to make some money, bro. You know what I'm saying, Eddie? You want to come home and you want to touch something where you can make some money. So I know it's hard sometimes dealing with people coming home because, like, my brother did a lot of time. So it took him at least 5 years to get his thoughts together because he did so much time. He was stuck in the past, and that's the only thing that I get upset about when people come home from jail. They don't give them the proper help. You see what they do. You see what they do with the soldiers that come home from war, PST and all that. Man, they struggling through life, living out there outside the White House, homeless. If they could do your veterans like that, they do your inmates like that too. So I don't knock an inmate. You know why? Because if they went to jail and they did their time and they back in society, man, you might as well give them a helping hand, man. That's why I love my oldest brother. My oldest brother, what he do? He worked for a nonprofit in the city. And what he does is help guys that come home from prison. He helps sisters that come home from prison. He help people get off the street and help get them jobs. He help give them room and board. They may not like where they staying at, but they got a roof over their head. He helped them get jobs, helped them put money in their pocket. That's my brother been doing that for about 20 years now. So shout out to my oldest brother for doing that, man. Because he had a life too. He went, came back, ended up getting his master's. My brother came home, went to jail, came home, ended up getting his master's. And he started giving back to the same people that he was meeting in jail. So at the end of the day, you can make a change in life. You can make a change. You just have to offer your hand. So if somebody come home and they need help, and even if they look like shit, just sit down and talk to them, man. Sit down and have a conversation with them. Because what they was going through in jail, they don't want to talk about that. My brother refused to talk about prison. That man did 20 years. He refused to talk about prison. But at the end of the day, just to sit down and have a conversation with him, see a smile on his face, I can appreciate that, man. I know a lot of brothers come on, hit me up. Yo, Jay, what you doing, man? You coming through North? I pop up in North. I sit down and have a conversation with them. That's all they really want. So at the end of the conversation, before a year later, they out driving trucks. They out doing something, a warehouse job. They out doing something productive. So they don't want to go back to jail, man. Don't nobody want to go back to jail, but that's why they need for you to talk to them. It's not all about giving somebody money. It's all about giving them wisdom. Giving them something that they can grow and live off. And that's what we have to do. You can't be kicking everybody to the curb, man. Most of the time I see a homeless man on the street, other than giving them anything, I would sit there and have a conversation. I'm going to tell y'all a story one day, right? Tell y'all a story. 10 years ago, I was at the Dunkin' Donuts on 1 and 9 in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Anybody know about Elizabeth, New Jersey? I was on 1 and 9 at Dunkin' Donuts, right next to a Chinese store. It's the Chinese store, Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King, right by the Speedway gas station. 109 Elizabeth. I ran into this brother outside the store, and he was smelling real bad, clothes dirty and all, and he was with his sister. So he said, "Yo, my man." He said, "Yo, blunt, yo." He said, "Yo, brother, can you help me out, man?" So the first thing I said was, "Damn, dog, I ain't really got it like that." He was like, "Man, I ain't asked you for no money. I'm just, hey, what up, Melee? I'm asking you for a meal. Me and my sister, it's Thanksgiving Day. No, tomorrow, it was the next day was Thanksgiving." He said, "Yo, my man, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I ain't got nowhere to go. Me and my sister been living. I've been home from prison now. I did 22 years in prison. I've been on the streets 5 years. All I want is a good plate to eat right now. That's all I want." The brother ain't want no money. So me and his sister went into a Chinese store. We sat down. The Chinese lady was like, "No, no, you get out of here. You get out of here. You go outside and eat. You go outside." What up, Khalil Money? So I said, "No, no, 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 no. I got them." So me and the homeless brother and his sister, we sat there and we chopped it up. This man told me his whole story, where he grew up at, what he went to prison for, the whole thing. And we sit there and chopped it up for a couple hours. When we left out the store, I made sure they had bus fare to get where they need to go. And he said, "Nah, bro, we gonna go down the street and sleep on." I said, "Nah, man, don't sleep on the bridge, man." So what I did was we walked right next to Burger King. There's a what's that, Red Roof Inn? The Kings on one, it's Kings in Elizabeth 109. I went over there, paid for the room, came back, gave him the key. "Nah, man, y'all step in the room, bro." He was like, "Yo, man, hey," and brother broke down and started crying. That's all you need. Most of the time, if you see somebody on there down and out, all they want is a conversation, bro. That's all they want is a conversation. So if you know any inmates in your family or anybody who doing bad or they going through rough times, they just want a conversation, man. And if you would give them that, if you would give them that conversation, that would change their life around, man. Believe me, it would change them for the better. So other than judging people, like I always say, Melee tell you, I don't judge a man from his past. I judge the character that I meet today. So I don't never judge a man's past. Whatever happened in his past, that's his past. I can't judge him from that. I can't judge him from that. I judge a man for the man that stand in front of me. He speak to me like a man. See, most of the time we speak to each other. We got to speak to each other straight up, eye to eye. You can't be looking at nobody talking down because I ain't no better than you. Because I could lose everything tomorrow. And I did that. I lost everything. So I know how it is. I know how it is to lose everything you ever had in life. So just to have a conversation with a person on and off these YouTube streets, it'll change a person's life for the better. So y'all have to understand that, man. Y'all have to understand that. I'm not judging nobody. I don't care what you did in your past. I could give a damn about your sexuality. I could care less about any of that. But just to give a person, a man and female, that conversation, that's all they really need, man. They don't really need no money from you. They don't want it. Most of the people that talk to you, that approach you on the street, they don't want no damn money. They don't want no money. They get tired of people saying, "Yo, you need some change," or "I ain't got no change." Nah, you can't do that, man. You can't turn a blind eye. You got to have a conversation. And that's as people. I'm not saying just black folks, but as people. People. We need to be nice and kind to each other. Stop disrespecting each other. Because what that man could teach you would turn your life around. Yeah, it makes all the difference in the world. You're right, Melee. You're right, man. Makes all the difference in the world, man. That's why I try my best not to disrespect nobody, man. I try my best not to disrespect nobody. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to beef with you. I'm not going to be on the YouTube street arguing with no females screaming on here. I'm not going to be arguing with no brothers on here because at the end of the day, I have hope for black people. A lot of y'all may think that sound crazy. I have a lot of hope for black people, man. And that's all. That's why I don't judge nobody, because I have hope for black people. I have hope for every race, but my own people, hey, man, it just look like we going to the downward spiral, man, but all we need is a conversation, man. That's all we need, man. Conversation can go a long way, man. Or stop all this killing, being disrespected. Every time you turn on the news, it's murder, 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 murder. That's what they want us to see. They depict us as being animals on the news, social media, but it's not like that, man. It's a lot of good people out here. A lot of good black folks out here that's doing a lot of things, man. that's doing big things, So if you can take what you know and mix it with Hispanics or whatever, whites, Jews, Italians, Pakistani, whatever you are, if you could take your knowledge and blend it with theirs, you know how far you could get in life, man. It'll teach you. I'll tell you something, right? One day I was coming out of I was on my way back out of Chicago. I had to get at that time I was holding tank wagons. So I had to get the tanker, the little ISO tank cleaned out. So I'm coming down the road. So I'm on the CB. I'm running my mouth to this white guy. He's saying some disrespectful stuff to me. I'm saying something disrespectful to him. He followed me down the highway. He's saying what he gonna do to me. I'm saying what I'm gonna do to him. At the same time, my engine blew. Boom! 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm at mile marker 120 in Milesburg, Pennsylvania. Mile marker 120. No, 120 is, I think it's Milesburg or Clearfield, Pennsylvania. The engine blow. I pulled over to the side of the shoulder, and he pulled over behind me. First thing I did, ran around the side, grabbed the baseball bat. It was on after that. Because I know what I said on that CB, and I know what he said on the CB, right? He got out that truck. This white guy, this man had to be at least 7 foot, about 360 pounds. At that time, I'm still fit. I'm in shape, but I wasn't that big, and I damn sure wasn't that tall. White guy said, "Hold up, young bro. Hold up, brother. Hold up. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation." So I said, "Cool." We sit down on the guardrail. He apologized. I apologized. We had a conversation, a grown ass man conversation. He was like, "Yo, you hungry?" So he go in his truck. He come back with a basket. He pulled out some sandwiches. At that time, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I was struggling. And yes, I'm gonna admit that. I did take food from a man that wasn't the same color as me, but he bled the same color as me. So he called a tow truck. Tow truck came. He told the tow truck, take his truck to Cat, right there in exit 120 in Clearfield. Came back to me, gave me a couple dollars. He said, "Brother, this from me to you. So what I want you to do, pay it forward." Now y'all see where I got that idea from. When I was doing the pay it forward and giving back to the sector. That's where I got that idea from. The brother said, "Nah, just pay it forward." I ain't never seen that man since that day. That man changed my views and opinions of a lot of people, man, especially white folks. Changed my opinion, man. I mean, it was a turning point in my life when I was just going downhill. I ain't gonna even lie. So at the end of the day, you have to learn how to respect people. You have to learn how to talk to people. I don't care what color they are. I don't care what race they are. You may not like what they got to say, but you have to listen. You have to open your mind, be open-minded to what they got to say to you. Because most of the time, it's not hate speech. It's really checking you and putting you in a better place where you need to be in your life. And that's all I'm saying, man. Yeah, it does make a difference in the world, man. Like, it does, man. So a lot of people don't understand that, man. They really, really don't understand that. That all it takes most of the time is a conversation, man. Like most of the beefing on YouTube, it's ridiculous, but it takes a conversation to fix everything. But it's for views, it's for likes, it's for subs, it's to make $100 a month in 21 days. I understand all of that, man. I really understand all of that. Sometimes you get into a conversation with an ignorant person, and you just have to say, "You know what?" And me as being a man, sometimes apologizing to another man or a woman, it don't make you soft. It don't make you less than a person. It makes you bigger than them. So sometimes it's good to say, "You know what? I apologize, man. My fault. My bad. I ain't mean that, dog. I ain't mean that. I apologize." Sometimes apology can make a world of difference, man. Because you know what it did? It releases you. Sometimes you have to say, "You know what? I forgive that person, but I ain't got to deal with you. but I do forgive you. Then you can move on in life like that. Sometimes you have to do, you really have to, sometimes you have to humble yourself and say, you know what, I apologize, man. I ain't mean none of that. I was just upset. I was in my head. I was at a different place. But you know what? When I took a seat, sometimes you take a seat back or you say, you know what? I'll catch you the next day. Then the next day you be like, you know what, man? I got you. So sometimes that's all you got to do, man. You know, so I'm gonna drop the link. If anybody want to come up here, add on to that, man, I'm gonna drop the link. If not, man, I'll keep it short, man. But because I got to be to work in the morning, man. But hey, man, hey, I appreciate Eddie, Kalolomani, Melee all day. The other people coming in here, man. I really appreciate y'all, man, because like I said, it's not about the numbers. It's about reaching. It's about the information and giving great information where people can start at one point in their life and turn their life around 360 degrees, man. So a lot of people really don't get it. So let me see real quick. All right. Yeah, how you do this? Right. Let me see how you drop this. I'm sorry I said drop. I haven't dropped the link in so long on this damn thing. I don't know how to do it. All right, let me see something real quick. There you go, link right there. Yeah, man. When come up. If not, I'm gonna just end the live, man. But like I said, we have to learn how to respect each other as a people, man. If not, we lost. But if you can share this video, pass it to anybody that's coming home and let them know, man, the best thing you could do, you come home from prison, try to get your CDL job. You can do anything you want to do in life. But like I said, if you can sit in prison for 20 years, you can sit in that truck for about 10 and get paid, see the world, run all 48 states. Maybe you might want to change your life around and get about it. Get about the environment that you in. Because the environment that you in right now is about mayhem, just negativity all day around you. Sometimes you need to get yourself out of that, man. So that's what I had to do in my life. After losing everything, I just had to get away from people. All right, so I'm about to end this live. Appreciate y'all for coming through, man. I'm out here, man. Just like I said, share the live. And, if you see somebody on the street, they need help, don't pull out your phone. Don't pull out your camera. Just have a simple conversation with them, man. And you'll see that conversation will change you and that person's life. It's your boy Jay Quillo, Talk Live, and I'm out of here.